Alright, today I will show you how to make characters with rigs. If you don't know what a rig is a sprite map. Sprite map is, well, parts of a sprite. You know how a character how a character is made using one of these. First, their sprites are the parts of their sprites are drawn out. Then the sprites are stitched together and put on a spreadsheet. But we're not going to be doing the spreadsheet part. Instead, we're going to just be making it work like it does in Scratch. Each thing. I already have an example for you. It looks like this. Yeah, I already have an example set out for you guys if you already need it. I will show you the code in a second. Just let me clean my glasses. And I will show you the example thing I have for you guys. Here's the code if you need it. I'll give you a few seconds to copy. I'll give you a minute to copy it all down. Here's the idle script. And you can call the broadcast whatever you want, just as long as the costumes change. Similar to this, something like this. Left, down, up, right. And here is our I'll rename the sprite. Now, if you don't have these sprites, well, first off, you're gonna need step one, you're gonna need a rig. Any will do, but some rigs are tidier than others. As you can see, this rig is pretty messy. Yikes, that is a mess. As the character was designed for specific animations to be done, it's with specific things. Some rigs are tidier, meaning they can be interchanged easily. Like dolls and stuff. They can be interchanged to make different things. So here is our thing. Now, you don't have to use Dave and Mammy characters to do this, but I will because that's the only rig I have. And I will be using, no, this would give me backlash. I'm not using Tristan, no, too messy. No, too messy. I wouldn't be able to find a part. No, that looks too ugly. No, that looks too ugly. I will be using, who do I use? I mean, I've already made one rig, which I will hide the example now. Alright, either way, I'm using Tristan for this example. Hate me all you want for using Tristan, but whatever, I don't care. This is just a guide. You weren't forced to watch this video. So, first off, you grab the head, and then you put it into... So, first how you do it, how you put this stuff together is you put on the head. Click on that. Now we have ourselves the head. Doesn't matter which order you put the things in, as long as they're in there somewhere. I just recommend that you start with the head, as the head gives you some outline of where all the parts go. The body. Now just remember, put the body in the back. You don't want to end up with a body in the front, with a foot. Now you take your thing that you want, Now, if you want, you can be real basic like I am in this situation. And now, but we're not going to be lazy today. Instead, we're going to make our own custom animations. Oh, that's the wrong thing. That's alright. I'm just going to rename this example. And we will grab our arm sprite. Oops, clicked the wrong button. And just remember, you can use any parts you like. But, just remember you don't... Now just remember this is kind of like... This is just an example. This is just me working along with you. This is just me making the idol. Now, if you're looking for consistency, make sure to copy the last frame you did, not the first frame. If you're not looking for consistency, then you can just ignore what I said. Just consistency is recommended when you're making a character, as it's the most common thing. Now, if you haven't copied the code, it looks like this. And click the flag. Start the project when you're ready. It looks a little rough, but there's always room for improvement. Better. Don't you think? Don't you think? Looks a little smoother, huh? Now, we can start on our animations now. Once again, we start with the head. Now, which animation does switch? Okay, this is left, I think. Yep, left. I'm pretty sure the 2 frames after this is right. We'll check. Yep, right. So I'm in the right place. Now just remember, you can make your own rig. The way you make your own rig is you make something that kind of looks like this. Doesn't have to, but it's recommended. Oh no, my mouse. Something's wrong with it today. Come on. Alright. Oh, you might want to stop the project. Oh, got the project. So that's the right animation. It doesn't have to, yours does not have to look like this, but it can. And let me just make the sprite a little larger so you can see what so you can see it a little better. There, that's a little bigger. That's a little better. Don't you think? That's a little better. It's bigger. But sometimes you get unused parts of the sprite map that were scrapped. Like this head graphic, which I will use for the left. This head graphic was clearly scrapped, as I've never seen it used on this character before. Now just remember, if you want to make things look nice, consistency is key. Now just remember, you don't have to be using the characters I am. But if you want to follow the guide exactly and get similar results to what I did, use the same characters, okay? Not to mention, if you don't want to end up with sprites that are too choppy, if your rig has it, just use the pieces it provides. Oh. Alright. Slightly. Okay, that's the big. It's okay, I am using a mouse that's very clicky. Now, time for the up animation. We can make it out of whatever parts we like. Now, just remember, you can use whatever body parts you want for the character. And there's nothing stopping you from looking at your rig to make sure that what you have, that what you can see is all you have. Make sure your animations are working. Aren't the greatest, but they're just using this as an example to get you right there. Now, check if your animations are smooth, or, I mean, smoothness, if you really don't care, then do whatever you want if you want it to be smooth or not. Because if you really don't care if it's smooth, then, okay, you just simply don't care. But if you do, make sure that the character is smooth, and make sure there's no unnecessary lines or anything. Because sometimes rigs are made with vectorgram images instead of just... They're made with vectorgram images, which can get easily pulled apart, and vectors have lines sometimes. And just remember, you do not have to be using the same rigs I am. If you want to make your own, make your own. I'll show you how to make, I won't show you how to make one right now. But if the question ever arises, then in the comments section of the video, I will make a follow-up video on this, on how to make custom rigs. Now just remember, these are not... I will make a follow-up video showing people how to make rigs. Just it won't be right now. Just rigs won't be made right now. So, now that we have our character, if you haven't copied the code, then what were you doing the past 20 minutes? What were you doing the past 6 minutes? Well, at the beginning of the video, I was showing you the code. Well, I was showing... Okay, where's this thing? Oh, there it is. Now, this is my custom thing I made specifically for this tutorial. It does not have to be copied exactly. Here is our rig. Here's our put together character. Here was the example I used at the start. Okay, maybe we should probably get our custom build out of the way. Here's what I made before the video. Ah, that's a big boy. That's a big... Okay, I think we're gonna need to lower that a little bit. Alright, we're gonna need to move them on screen. Here's my rig, my example, and the thing I made right now. With a little more time, rigs look a little better. Like as you can see in the thing I made before the video, looks a lot smoother than the thing I have here. As I spent more time, I didn't have to make it. I didn't have to make it so fast. As you can see, and you can use these rigs for these sprites for whatever you want. There's nothing stopping you from just using them for these kind of things only. If you want to, you can do whatever you want with these rigs. And I don't care what you do with these sprites you've made. If you haven't made anything, then what was the point of clicking on the guide? Unless you're showing someone else who did follow it, which then you were just showing someone how to do this with no background knowledge yourself. And here's the code if you want it. If you want to copy the project exactly, copy in the link at the top of the screen in the browser. But just replace the scratch.mu/projects with turbowarp.org. Otherwise, you will just scratchers say the servers are scratching their heads, this project won't be published. Okay, yeah, I might, but it'll be called Rig Builder Example. You can take the sprites from here. Just make sure to credit me when you do. Just make sure to credit me for the sprites if you use them for something. If you do, because these kind of look rushed. Stop. Okay. There. So, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to mess with rigs and use them for whatever you want. Okay. I'll see you around, guys. Peace!